If you hear these words, know this. It is no mere coincidence. It is a response, a resonance of your inner world. Your soul, much like a compass, is pointed here, awaiting this call. Before we delve into the very essence, a crucial step awaits, your personal choice. Your like is not simply an expression of sympathy. It is a clear and firm declaration of intent, a statement of your pursuit of knowledge, and a subscription that is a silent entry into the ranks of seekers, those unafraid to peer beyond the ordinary. The truth, which they persistently hide behind a veil of everyday news, is astonishingly simple and at the same time frightening. This is not a fabrication, not a conspiracy theory in the usual sense. It is a meticulously planned conspiracy against your very consciousness, against your ability to think freely. This is about CERN, about the Large Hadron Collider, a monstrous creation of human genius, which, in its pursuit of the innermost secrets of matter, opened a door where passage was forbidden. I am Veilbreaker. I had the chance to be there, in the very depths of this architectural nightmare, amidst the unceasing hum of massive magnets and the mesmerizing flicker of countless screens. I saw how boundless human curiosity, fueled by an insatiable thirst for power, crossed a fateful boundary. They sought fundamental particles, the building blocks of the universe, but they found something else entirely. It was a leak from Protocol Chimera, a forgotten report that seemed as if it was never meant to see the light of day. On the 14th of November, 2023, at 3:17 in the afternoon, Central European Time, during an experiment involving energy levels far exceeding all previous benchmarks, an inexplicable event occurred. Sensors registered a surge, its readings easily surpassing the boundaries of all known physical laws. This was not merely another collision of elementary particles. This was a discovery. Imagine this. You painstakingly try to peer into the tiniest cracks of your reality, passionately hoping to glimpse the very immutable building blocks of which it is constructed. But instead of the expected picture, you quite accidentally break through that wall. And then, what opens to your gaze is not simply emptiness. No. There you find another sky, unlike any seen before. Another air, filling your lungs with an unfamiliar freshness. Other eyes, watching from an unknown distance. My purpose here is not to instill fear within you. My purpose is to awaken. I have witnessed their diligent efforts to obscure the truth, how they skillfully manipulate information, substituting genuine concepts with false ones. They transform our world into a meticulously staged play, where we are assigned the roles of passive spectators, denied the right to know the true script. But truth, like living water, persistently finds its way. It seeps through the slightest cracks, whispers in our dreams, and resonates deep within our souls. I have personally seen reports, classified documents from the Club of Rome, which analyzed not so much economic crises as existential threats to humanity. A lost quatrain from Nostradamus' Centuries, the 43rd verse, which spoke not of battles and wars, but of subtle shifts in the very fundamental fabric of the cosmos. The ancient scrolls of the hermit Kenshin, unearthed from the ashes of a ruined hermitage on the slopes of Mount Kurama, held chilling visions. Shadows emerging from bottomless mirrors, distorting the reflection of reality. These seemingly disparate prophecies are now coalescing into a single, oppressive, and terrifying tableau. The seeress Vanga warned of a new malady sweeping in from unknown borders. The wise calculations of the ancient Maya hinted at the end of a great cycle, bringing not destruction, but profound transformation. And the Gnostics, keepers of esoteric knowledge, cautioned against a false world, cunningly crafted by the demiurge, a world woven from illusions and pervasive fear. Now all these voices from the past, these echoes of ancient wisdom, converge in a unified, ominous chorus, pointing to one and the same dreadful truth, that the door opened within the walls of CERN is not merely another step in technological advancement. It is not simply a scientific breakthrough. It is a catastrophic failure in the very fabric of existence. It is a fated breach through the illusion that enshrouds our world. It's that inexplicable, soul-chilling anxiety that grips you at 3 a.m. when the world around you sleeps, but your inner voice refuses to fall silent. It's a sharp, piercing sense of alienation, as if you're watching the unfamiliar faces of strangers on the street through a foggy pane of glass. This is not mere melancholy or sadness, not common depression. This is your own soul, gasping for air within the tight cage of this illusory matrix we inhabit. It's your inner compass, the one that unerringly points to the true direction, desperately sounding an alarm, signaling that something is fundamentally wrong, that the world in which you awaken each morning is merely an expertly constructed, artificial edifice, a set piece. Those who pull the strings, want you to believe, without question, in your utter helplessness, that you are merely a tiny grain of sand, lost in the vast, merciless ocean of chaos, that your entire life is but an endless succession of random, unpredictable events, always orchestrated by some powerful, yet absolutely implacable forces. But what if these so-called monsters, these terrifying wars, universal crises, frightening pandemics, what if all of this is merely shadows cast upon the walls of a cave, far removed from true reality? What if the true tyrant was gazing back at you from your own reflection? The universe does not punish humanity. Oh no. It relentlessly burns away the accumulated poison within. The poison of fear that paralyzes will, the poison of ignorance that clouds the mind, and the poison of materialism that shackles the soul to the earthly. What unfolds before your eyes now is not the end of the world. It is merely the beginning of a great cosmic surgical operation. This crown of glass, which you so fervently prided yourselves on, proved to be terrifyingly fragile. Your inflated ego, your blind attachment to material possessions, your all-consuming fear of loss, all of it is but the thinnest shell, shattering with a terrible crack along every seam. And the metal veins, that soulless artificial system into which you were so cunningly woven, this system is beginning to rust and crumble. But therein lies the great inversion, the coveted key to true freedom. Prophets of old foresaw not a solitary figure, but an entire army of awakened souls, united by a common purpose. They saw you, each and every one of you. You are not merely a foretold piece of what is to come. You are its very fulfillment, its living embodiment. That which has appeared to us from another universe is not a hostile invasion. It is but a mirror, reflecting the depths of our own darkness, exposing our age-old blindness. It has come to ruthlessly unveil our true nature, as if casting aside a veil of illusions. It has arrived to jolt us awake from the stupor in which we have dwelled. They tremble before this, terrified that we will grasp, that we will realize our boundless primal power, the power of creation, capable of transforming all that exists. The power of transformation, rewriting the very fabric of reality. CERN threw open its gates, and this was no accidental slip, no regrettable oversight. It was a final, desperate stride, a step to the edge of the abyss. The desperation of those who saw clearly. The world stands on the brink. It was a despair so encompassing that it shifted unseen veils. But what came from outside was merely a catalyst, a spark capable of igniting a flame within you. a flame that will burn away the chains of illusion, a flame that will illuminate the path to true reality. Your soul was not born to live in a cramped cage. She was created for flight, for boundless creativity, for all-consuming love. What you hear now is not mere sound, not just words. It is the truest vibration, the most delicate oscillation that pierces the very air. It is a call to awakening, an invitation to cast off the chains of sleep and see the world anew. It is a silent, yet persistent impulse, an invitation to become an integral part of something grand, something that transcends the ordinary. Now that your eyes have finally opened, now that you have seen the true light, remaining on the sidelines, in inaction, is simply impossible. Each of your likes is a bright, dazzling flash of light, instantly visible to everyone within the boundless network. Each of your reposts is a tiny, yet life-giving seed that you carefully plant in the parched desert of sleeping minds, giving it a chance to sprout and bear fruit. And your subscription is not just a click, it is a true oath, a promise to remain close, to share the journey. If you feel ready to go further, if you crave more, then our closed inner circle is your secret operational base, a place where true ideas are born and key decisions are made. And of course, your support through Super Thanks is the invaluable energy that fuels our shared, unquenchable flame in this endless battle against the encroaching, all-consuming darkness. For the true war unfolds not on battlefields at all, it rages within the consciousness. And in this fight, there is no room for fear or faint-heartedness. There is only one choice: to continue sleeping, lost in slumber, or to awaken to the truth. Remember, the world you perceive now is not the only existing reality. It is merely a fleeting projection, a reflection. And you are the true creator, the artist, capable of crafting entirely new, unseen worlds. Until our next meeting, maintain clarity of mind, stay connected, and never stop exploring, asking yourself ever new questions.